We've got Jeremy, a good friend of mine, manager over at Nerd, New England Reptile Distributors. Of course, we've got Will Nace. We've got Summer with us. So it's going to be awesome. We're going to get a chance to talk about all kinds of really cool stuff. I mean, we can talk, obviously, some things about the Nerd crew over there. Yep. We've got Will with your YouTube channel, Instagram / Venomous Experience. Summer, you are wide knowledge of all kinds of, all things zookeepers. So, and I think it's really cool, too, because first off, you guys have both worked in the zoo community, which I think is pretty cool because obviously, you know, as my shirt says, zoo dreams, right? You know, I wake up every day wanting to have zoos. So what's it like? I mean, you guys have both had experiences in the AZA world as well, which is American Zoological World, as well as non-AZA. And you're from South Florida, which is like the mecca of craziness down there. So, how'd that whole thing start?
With me, it was more, I mean, I kind of grew up around exotic animals.
Yeah. You said your sister, you were like 6 when she started keeping Venomous?
6 or 7, yeah. She got her
What kind of
permit.
sister do you have?
An awesome one.
I guess so, man. I want that.
Oh, yeah.
Mine's a bitch.
My mom was huge into exotic birds. Like,
oh, really?
Like, I mean, me and my best friend growing up, I mean, we lost count after like 300 something.
What?
Yeah, like, and that was just on our patio.
Wow.
Like,
that was just on our patio. Just wait till you get in the house.
Yeah, so it was, you know, my dad loved horses and like all types of crazy stuff. So I kind of grew up around it. You know, did it for many years. Got out of it for a bit, and then when I jumped back in, full force with pretty much becoming a general manager of a park. Right. Within 5-6 months.
Gotcha.
So, and then I've been down that road ever since.
Gotcha.
But, I mean, it's when we met at Lion Country Safari. I mean, that was the first AZA I've ever had, and it was so different compared to what I've done in the past. Right. Where it's like everything, you know, you work hands on. Yeah. Not in an AZA facility.
yeah, it's just hands off.
Yeah, so it's like I got written up my first week for carrying a macaw on my arm.
How dare you?
Yeah, and I was like, they're like, well, how do you know this thing's not going to mess you up? I'm like, because I would know if a macaw was going to mess me up. He's friendly.
I don't know. I got bit. We talked about it on the podcast last week. I got bit pretty hard by a, what the heck's they called? They're a parrot, red parrot, starts with an E. Eclectus.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
I knew you guys would know it. I got
no, parrot bites they're not fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I knew.
No good.
You know,
no good.
Of course, they threw me into the reptile routine. Yeah, which we had the macaws at that point too on that routine. But yeah, it was a little mind blowing for me, going from, you know, almost a male run industry in private zoos, and then going to an AZA zoo, and it was all women. Right. It was so weird. Right. And like, you know, when I met her and all her friends she went to school with, they're like, yeah, this is a women-run field in AZA zoos. And I was like, I had no idea. Yeah. This is totally different for me. Yeah. Maybe get your mic a little closer just because you're cutting out just a little bit. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. And you, of course, Summer, same thing. I'm going to have your mic closer too. Okay. But you can pull it up. You work with hoofstock. You said you're really passionate about that in the past. And you went to school for it. I mean, like an AZA school, which I find interesting. It's almost like a summer camp for zookeepers.
It's more like a boot camp.
It's a boot camp, yeah.
Yeah, so I actually went to Santa Fe College, which is in Gainesville, and so I have my Associates of Science in Zoo Animal Technology, so it's literally a school to become a zookeeper. Right, AZA, open to the public. So you start out like all hands off. It's basically like a whole introduction year about like, this is what it's going to be. This is kind of like a prep for it, and then we actually get into working with the animals. And
so you spend a year not even working with animals?
Like a semester.
A semester,
yeah, it was about, I don't know, 4 months or however long it is.
So that kind of weeds out a lot of the people that are like, oh, this sounds great. Let's go play with the animals. And it's like,
literally, we would carry logs and do like weight tests, and you had to be in uniform, everything from like 1 piercing per ear, no tattoos, no piercing showing. Like you could get docked for things like that. It was
my crew would be done. I wouldn't have a person working for us.
Yeah,
but that's good though.
Yeah, like you said, I really, really like hoofstock. And before I actually went to school and stuff, I did a lot with like 4-H and animals and stuff with my high school. And then I got into horseback riding, barrel racing, training race horses at the place that I was, because they actually had them on property. And an entire track field that was like full size or whatever. So my mission was to turn a thoroughbred X racehorse into a barrel horse, which was
really
ridiculous.
Now what's a barrel horse?
Barrel racing.
Barrel racing.
Yes.
So what exactly is that?
So you basically have, it's called a clover leaf pattern. So you have 3 barrels and you have to go around.
Oh, so you're doing a round. Okay, I've seen that before.
Yeah. So it's ridiculous because
and a thoroughbred, they're just like full on, man.
Yeah.
They're just like go straight and turn in one corner, right?
Yeah, he was ridiculous. I got thrown off in the arena multiple times. Like he was insane. So I did that, went to college, really got into like the research aspect of things because I really like the whole like information side of it. Like, okay, so we have these animals from the wild. Like, what can we do now with them to like go back and help in the wild, learn more from them, change people's perspectives and stuff like that. And then after college, I ran a horse farm for a little bit and then went to Lion Country, and I actually started in the reptiles. And
is that where you guys met?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You met at the...
Yeah, she was already a hoof stock keeper at that point. I was still in the reptile routine.
So is it okay that hoof stock and reptile people were coalescing?
We actually worked in 2 opposite sides
sections,
of the park.
Yeah.
I see how it goes.
So we never saw each other. But,
I'm assuming you'd spend more time on the hay than you would in the reptile department.
It was actually the Christmas party.
Christmas party.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of shit happens at the Christmas party. You know,
I remember was drinking all of Will's beer and then remembering that he has a nice neck. And now here we are.
Whoa, a nice neck. I hadn't
level.
noticed his neck until now. But now that you mention it.
It's a pretty good neck.
You are a tall guy. There's no doubt about it, which came in handy.
I was like, okay. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think I could have told you the color of his eyes from the first night.
Well, you know that
it was bad.
It was like 4 o'clock in the morning night.
You know, I hate to say it, but Lori and myself met at her. It wasn't her party; it was a party, a high school party. I was a year older than her in high school, and it was her 18th birthday. You know, so I met at an apartment, met her, and we hung out, didn't do much, just hung out, and I was like, oh man, I really like this chick, and reached out to her friend the next day saying like, hey, I'd like to get information and maybe go out. She didn't even remember meeting me. She's like, what guy with long hair? What are you talking about? I literally did not even remember meeting me. So at least you got your neck remembered. That's a good thing. And no, that's dope. And Jeremy, obviously, you've been with Nerd for how long now?
About a year and a half.
About a year and a half. But you've been keeping reptiles. I mean, we've known each other. You came out here when you were young. I know.
17, 18.
17, 18. And
I've been keeping for about 18 years.
Yeah, about 18 years. And now you have to somehow wrangle the evil morph god. How is that? I mean, I would think that the worst part of that job wouldn't be the animals. It would be trying to keep Kevin in check.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah,
actually.
I mean, I love Kevin. Don't get me wrong; he's one of my favorite people on the planet. I mean, literally, if top 5 people on the planet to me. But he's definitely he is like a what do they call it, a whirling cherbis or whatever. What do they call that? I don't even know what that word is. But it's like he is out of control all the time.
He's like from the moment he gets up now. And mind you, he's a very light sleeper, so sometimes he's up at 3 in the morning. You know, it's go go go. You know, and it doesn't ever stop.
Yeah.
Even when he's taking a break, that's when he's like on his phone responding to social media comments or whatever.
Oh gosh, that's dangerous.
That is dangerous in and of itself.
You guys need to take the passwords away.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly. No, but it's cool, man. I basically am similar to like what Jay is to you. We're together basically every day. Yeah. You know, I have a couple days off where I'm at my place, and every once in a while he pops in.
Right.
You know, and I'm just
hey, I missed
get away from me. You know,
can I have 5 minutes away from you?
Yeah.
No, but you have to have a good relationship, just like you said with me and Jay. You know, you have to really have a mutual respect and kind of enjoy being around someone when you're going to be around them literally all day.
Every day.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, you're not married, so it's not like you have to be you
FaceTimed him this morning.
I did FaceTime him this morning. That's right. No, but it's cool. I mean, I had known Kevin. Yeah, right.
Miss you, Kevin.
I've known Kev for, oh man, well over a decade. He was one of my mentors when I was starting to keep reptiles. So, you know, when he had offered me the position there, I was like, oh.
I remember when that whole thing went down, and I thought it was a really good thing for not only you, but for him. I thought he needed someone like you. So It was good, but yeah. So I mean, and I know you guys keep some venomous. I know Will, you're kind of a venomous guy. I mean that's your passion, right? I mean I
love all animals. I'm very fond of big cats, hyenas especially. But I mean, I can't technically keep those in my house right now, so so I'm sticking with venomous as it is. Yeah. So but yeah, I mean, venomous is my main thing right now. Yeah.
Yeah, and you've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, professionally, like 10, 12 years now.
10, 12 years, yeah. Now, you've also done, I found it interesting, you've also done like, you do alligator wrestling, you do, I mean, when you think of a Florida person, it's like you're it, right? You're like,
he's the epitome.
I'm wrestling some gators. I got myself some rattlesnakes. Never wear shoes. Never wear shoes. So
that's true. It hurts my feet if I wear shoes too long.
Yeah, no, it's true. I got a bunch of people on Instagram from pictures I had posted from you the other day, and they're like, "Oh my God, he's in sneakers. What is happening?"
It's cold. That's what's
exactly. Yeah.
Well, it's so funny because we're northern boys over here, so. I mean, this is not cold. This is like
this is kind of nice. Decent. Yeah.
This is parka weather.
Really? So. Okay. Yeah.
Man.
No, it's
just give me a quick hoodie or whatever.
We're one of those. We're the type of people you guys hate down in Miami. That Fort Lauderdale. That we show up in January and we're swimming. You're like, what the hell is wrong with you? We look out there. You guys got long sleeve. Hoodies on and stuff. We're out there in the swimming. Swimming
I'm like
in the ocean.
2 socks, cowboy boots, 2 pairs of jeans, 3 jackets, long sleeve shirt. Yeah, I hate
it. Sucks though, because like for us, or at least like South Florida, like wave season to go surfing is in the winter, and I hate wetsuits.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. I hate them.
And
so
they don't
much,
really, they don't help that much either. Anyways, I mean, they help a little bit, but they're not like
once the water in the suit is warm, then you're good.
Yeah, you gotta get
it's still cold.
Yeah, it's still cold. I remember Tom Crutchfield being up in Toronto in the winter time. Well, it wasn't winter. It was like end of September. No, he might have been in shorts, but he had a huge winter coat on. And I remember him being as miserable as you could be. I mean, just like legitimately like, this is the worst thing I've ever, And I was like, well, this is just life up here in the north, know?
Yeah.
It was like until I met, everybody at Nerd and everybody, I was like, a lot of reptile people live in Florida because it's warm, because they're like reptiles. They just want to be warm.
But you know what was interesting? I've told people that, back in the 90s, there was some of the biggest reptile collections in the world were in Michigan, believe it or not. Mark Bell came from Michigan. There was 3 or 4 other, several hundred snake collection. Obviously, our collection was really large back then. So it's weird. I mean, you wouldn't think Michigan was like a mecca of reptiles, but it really spawned some pretty massive reptiles up here. And, in a way, I think it's easier to heat reptiles than it is to cool reptiles.
Yeah.
You guys have, I mean, the issues you guys have are heating or cooling and then fire ants too, so you guys got
fire ants.
Do you guys have that or no?
No, yeah, we have them, but it's
not a problem.
Yeah, it's
okay, because I know a lot of people, I mean, in the past that lost like whole collections to fire ants.
I mean,
I've never had that.
Really?
Like the worst ants I get are those little sugar ants, and that's if it rains a lot.
Yeah, I know.
But they're gone.
Yeah, I remember when Mark Bell moved down to Naples, like that was one of his major problems is that fire ants were coming into his reptile buildings and eating his snakes.
Jeez.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's what they make 7 dust for.
Well, right. Yeah. I think that's what it is. He had to end up learning that, like how to dust around the buildings to keep them out and stuff like that. So, but, yeah, it's crazy.
I'd be so mad.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you imagine putting all that energy in? You're like, well, I think didn't that happen with, I don't remember the exact, I mean, I know the story, but I thought it was something like this where like Tom Crutchfield was, and why does Tom keep coming up in this podcast?
Yeah, right.
I don't know. This is, I think, the first time I've ever brought up Tom, and now I brought him up twice in one minute. But when he got busted for the Fiji Island iguanas, didn't he like hide him in his shed and then the fire ants killed him?
I haven't heard that whole story.
Yeah, I think like literally
I've heard that. Yes.
Yeah, I think that he he knew the feds were coming, so he put him out in the shed, and then they found him and they were dead from fire ants, had killed him.
Gosh.
So these poor Fiji Island iguanas, Does anyone have Fiji Island iguanas? I mean, no one legally has them. I mean, I'm not talking about illegally though, but I mean, are there even zoos in the country that have them?
I'm sure. Yeah. We went to a zoo. Where was that? I want to say it was like Central Florida somewhere. We went to a zoo one day, and they had them there.
Okay, so they are still here. What's really weird is that if
was it Central Florida Zoo?
That or Brevard, but I don't think Brevard.
No, it wasn't Brevard. Yeah. I don't know. Because we love to go to zoos and just walk around. I do this weird thing where I like kind of judge these, but
now I know what's going on.
I haven't done it in a couple of years. But
okay, good. Oh, shit. There's gonna be some.
You'll get an A+ on the sloth ceiling.
Yeah, sloth ceiling.
You'll get the A+ for that.
So for everyone that knows, we put in. These guys came to visit for fun. and I put him to work pretty hardcore this morning. And thank the Lord we have Jay that's 6'5", and you're 6'10", did you say? So 6'10". So me and Jeremy would have been really screwed trying to put up the ceiling. It was definitely, first off, Summer, thank you, because you were the most positive person in the room. I was pretty stressed.
It's a shit show. Stay calm.
Me and you were sweating bullets.
Oh, I was stressed. I'm like, this ain't happening. This is not going. We're screwed. And Summer's like, oh, we'll get it. Don't you worry. It's gonna happen. I'm like, oh, it made me confident. Like
she also knows the more stressed I am, the better I work. So if I'm super stressed, like
I do too with certain things though. Then other times
so
I like being I like being up against a deadline, but I don't like being stressed.
Yeah,
you know,
there's like a fine line between.
Yeah. Like I mean, I wanted to go, but it went relatively. I'm telling you, you guys will see the video coming out on it. I don't know how. I mean, these guys caught the essence, but I don't know how much sweat they caught on us. I mean, it was
I was getting dripped on.
Yeah, it was quite the adventure. We put obviously a ceiling up for the Drogo, the sloth, and without you guys, I don't know. I mean, again, Jay, myself, and Anthony would have figured it out, but it would have been hell. Yeah. We'd probably still be up there doing it 8 hours later.
Yeah,
and,
right.
So it looks fantastic. So thank you guys. You guys are amazing. So I'm glad that that's I know at least that will not be judged poorly at the zoo. when Will puts out his video.
Exactly.
It's like,
exactly.
Well, the zoo sucked, but the ceiling in the sloth room was amazing.
Damn.
It's the best thing I've ever seen. We won't get a level on it or anything like that because we don't want to talk about the
I think the level's still up there actually.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine? Can we rail this in?